tip number 10. Sit at the chessboard and play with yourself. It's amazing. Okay, yeah.
Hello people, and welcome to a new chess video. Today, I will be analyzing a chess game that I played against myself. The game took a long time to play, as it started on June 6, 2025, and ended on November 22nd, 2025. Most of the time was spent during the middle game just calculating, but with that out of the way, I present to you Nauras with the white pieces against Nauras with the black pieces. The opening of the game is quite uninteresting, as both players play into a standard for a knight's game. It took 12 developing moves before two pairs of bishops had been traded. Then, when white wants to maneuver the knight to the g3 square, black comes with c4, where the white pawn is pinned to the queen. White responds with queen c3, to break the pin and the pawn gets traded off the board. White plants their knight on g3 as planned, but black suddenly starts putting pressure on the awkward d3 pawn. White wasn't sure what to do, and the black knight jumps in as well, forcing white to take. The white queen tries to retaliate, but the opposing queen defends adequately. Then, the knight jumps in to get ready to fork the black pieces. This is avoided with king h7. Knight e7 gets played anyway, as the knight gets booted away from the enemy territory. After a few moves, black gives up their b7 pawn to create an attack against the king, with the idea that black gets a strong queen and a few pawns back for the sacrificed knight. The evaluation disagrees with this argument. In reality, white was never obliged to take the sacrifice and played rook c2. According to the engine, rook c2 was also not accurate, but that doesn't matter, as black does not know how to take advantage of it, as white steers the position into an endgame, up a knight for a pawn. Black tries to pull some tricks out of the hat as they manage to get a fork down the road. White wins the pawn back, along with a queen trade and a rook trade, but blunders a draw. Even though it looks like the d4 pawn can easily be captured, black has a sequence of moves to deflect the white king in the other direction, where white is forced to give up their knight for the passed pawn. Fortunately for white, black didn't find this, as the endgame was played at a faster pace than the middle game. White correctly moves forward as they manage to promote the pawn into a queen. In the end, black gets to promote their pawn to a knight, but it ultimately does not matter, as checkmate gets delivered in the next move. That was a fun game. As a bonus, I will also be showing you a fun knight trap I came up with recently. What is the fastest checkmate you can achieve with just a knight? It depends which knight you start with. For starters, we need to play with the black pieces, since the opponent needs to make one more move than the person delivering the knight checkmate. If you want to deliver a checkmate with a knight on g8, you must move it to f3. After white plays e4, black responds with knight f6, representing the Alekhine defense. White pushes its pawn forwards as black plays knight e4. We already go off theory here, as white pushes g3, preparing a potential fianchetto to get rid of the knight, but this won't work as black plays knight g5. At last, white throws the game away with knight e2, and since the king is boxed in by its own pieces, black can cleanly deliver knight f3 checkmate. We can checkmate even faster if we used our other knight on b8. White plays e3 and black plays knight c6, followed by g3 and knight e5. The same trick can be applied here, where the f3 square is left undefended, as white plays knight e2 followed with knight f3 checkmate. It doesn't matter what move order white plays this in, as long as they push their e and g pawns and the knight gets to e2 to block the king and free up the f3 square. Admittedly, this is not a practical chess trap, but still a fun one either way. Thanks for watching the video until the end, and I will see you next time.